welcome to Chronic Illness Chat. I'm Julie Hamilton. So, today I want to talk about how stress can affect our body. For people who have chronic illnesses, that may be one of the reasons that they have a chronic illness. Did you ever think about that? Probably not. So, stress does crazy things to our body. It can cause headaches. It can cause migraines. I know when I was working in the corporate world, when I was under a lot of stress at work, a lot of stress, I would have chronic migraines. It can cause high blood pressure. Your blood pressure raises as your stress level increases, and sometimes you can feel it in your neck. You can feel your face, especially when you're angry. Your face is flooded red, the veins stick out here, they may stick out in your forehead. It can cause heart problems, especially if you don't exercise to release some of that stress. It can cause diabetes, and you're thinking, well, how can it cause that? Well, I'll get to that in a minute. It can cause skin conditions, asthma, arthritis. It can especially cause maybe depression, anxiety. Think of how those things just by itself can affect your body. Just one thing like depression or one thing like anxiety, but you put in the stress and anxiety, stress and depression, and then you add on your chronic illness, and then you add on something else, maybe high blood pressure, plus you have your headaches. All of that can affect how we're feeling, and it can affect our body. So also, stress can cause drinking too much. So that's kind of where that diabetes can come in. It can cause unhealthy eating habits. Maybe you're one that if you're under a lot of stress, the first thing you do is you reach for food, and you're just shoving food into your mouth, and it's not healthy food. It's snacks, it's processed, it's high sugar. Your drink are lashing out emotionally to others, physically violent outbursts towards others. You can't get along with your coworker. You're starting to smoke more. You think that's a stress reliever. Another one is you're sleeping too much. Maybe you're not enjoying life with your family or your kids or attending their events because you're under so much stress. Well, all of that stress can affect our bodies, okay? And it's just crazy how it does that. I remember at a job, I was under so much stress, I didn't realize how it was affecting my body. And what was happening was the more stress I was under, I would really tighten, grip, clench my jaw. And my tongue, it sounds crazy, but my tongue was pulling farther and farther and farther back into my mouth. So I couldn't even touch my lips or my front teeth with my tongue because my stress had eliminated that distance. It kept pulling it back, constricting the muscles in my body. The other thing that happened at the same time is it affected my vocal cords. I lost my voice for 3 months, okay? I was an HR director. I interviewed for jobs constantly because we were in the manufacturing setting, okay? So I was interviewing all the time. I was conducting training all the time. So I needed my voice to do my job, but I couldn't work for 3 months. My doctor put me on voice rest for 3 months. Can you imagine if you had to go out of your job for 3 months? How would you feel? How would your body feel? Okay? Think about that. Another thing is, where do you hold your stress? For me, I hold it here in this region here. So across my upper back, my shoulders, my neck, okay? So one thing you want to think about is how you're sitting at your desk. Is your workstation, cubicle, office set up so it's ergonomically correct, okay? In, what about your keyboard? That's, to me, that's one of the most important things, is your keyboard and where your chair is located so your feet are flat on the floor, okay? And that your legs are like this. You're not like this, you're not like this. You are perfect like this, okay? And you shouldn't have to raise your hands up to get to your keyboard. They should be where your arms at a level like this, okay? Here's the upper part, here's your elbow, and here's your forearm. So if your keyboard is not where your arms are like that, when you're typing, you're stressed. Where are my shoulders going? Pretty soon, when you're under so much stress, here are your shoulders, okay? What else? They're hunched forwards. So now you're walking around with your shoulders up to your ears and they're forward to your chin. And what is happening to your posture? You're getting that round back. You're getting that hunched over look because you're like this, okay? What you want to do is make sure that you have your keyboard at the correct height. So your shoulders are down here, okay? Have an arm rest. So your arms can rest on there as you're typing, okay? Bring your shoulders down. You want to make sure your shoulders are back. And you may have to do exercises or stretching periodically through the day to make sure you're bringing them down and you're bringing them back, okay? Because this causes stress. It also causes your muscles to tighten. It causes headaches. It can cause chronic illnesses. So really be aware of how much stress you have in your life, what your triggers are, how you can release that, what kind of physical exercise you can do. Are you stress eating? You need to learn how to reduce that, okay? And really, if you have a chronic illness, you really need to focus on the reduction of stress, whether that's through meditation, whether that's through yoga, positive mindsets, anything like that. But you need to release that stress out of your body and make sure you have the correct posture. If you'd like to learn more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.